So I'm just going to create, it is the same thing that I had given a walkthrough earlier with the help of Mohammed. Now I'm going to do the same thing. By even in class. Okay, so this is what I'm going to name my project as, and I'm just going to, I don't want main.py as my welcome script. I'm going to uncheck the box and then create. And I want to open in the same window. That's it. So here, so let it just create. So we'll have to wait until this create virtual environment thing completes. Right. Okay. All right. I'm going to create a new Python file. I'm going to name it as py. All right. So what is the assignment that I had given yesterday? So you have to write a program where you have to take the language as an input. Yes. Okay. Based on the language that is entered, you want to present who is the creator of that programming language. Yes. Right. So what did I ask? User has to enter a programming language. So input is the function where we can take the user input. So let me just say input language. Okay, it is lang. Okay, I'm going to right click and run it. Right, so it will ask and I'm going to type, for example, say Python. Right, so whatever is the language that I have entered, that is stored in this variable and I'm printing that variable. You can see that the value. Yeah, are we clear so far? Okay, now if
Yes.
input language equals to Python. Okay, print who is the creator of Python. Okay, so who is the creator of Python?
You don't want those.
Right. So here what we are going to say is if it is a Python, I'm going to print this. Else if elif, this we have seen yesterday, input language is equal to Java. Then print who is the creator of Java, James Gosling, and else if input language equals to C. Who is the creator of C?
Dennis
Dennis
Rich.
Rich. Dennis.
Else if input language is equal to C++. Who is the creator of C++? Red Jarnest or Soup or something like that. I forgot the name. Yes, it is correct. Okay, so if else, then I'll consider, I'll just say, I'm only supporting 4 languages, is Python, Java, C and C++. Right, if any other language, then I'm going to say languages not supported, something like this. Okay, so what did we write? So input language, enter the language. I'm going to now see now once after I have right clicked and ran this, you can see that here, if I have to run, the file name is already selected, control structures 1, and I can directly run it. Okay, so as far as running, right, you see this red button here, right, which means your file is running. And you can stop if you want to stop the execution of the program. So you can just click on the stop and you can just say here See here that it says keyboard interrupt, meaning we have explicitly stopped the program execution. Okay, so we'll say run again. Okay, enter the language. So I'm going to enter Python. Obviously, is it printing video and Rosum? You also have the run button here also. You can, it says rerun. So I'm going to rerun it. Right. So here I'm going to type C++. So journey stop. So this is also working. So this is all, this was the homework I had given assignment, right? So here, what enter the language. So I'm going to enter, let's say Ruby. Now it says language not supported because we are only supporting Python, Java, C and C++, and anything apart from that we don't support, right? Now what happens if I do this? What will happen? What will be the output?
Judo one Rosa.
Okay. So here Python is basically all lowercase, but while entering, I enter T with uppercase. So obviously it will not match. It will not match with Python or Java or C or C++, right? And hence it will eventually go to the else option and says language is not supported. So instead, the moment I take this input, I'm going to convert it to the lowercase. I'm going to because my comparison is in a lowercase. Yes or no? My comparison is in a lowercase. Everywhere, wherever I'm comparing it to the lowercase value s, and hence whatever is the user input, I also want to convert it to a lowercase. So I'm comparing it with the same case, right? Irrespective of whether a user has entered a uppercase or a lowercase, I'm ensuring that I'm converting it to a lowercase and then comparing it with the appropriate value. That way, irrespective of whether I give a complete, right, or a random case, this will just work. Am I clear? The program is not much, right? So this is what we have learned yesterday. Else if, how to use a if, else if and else, or how to, what is a else if, right? So if this is not valid, if this is false, then it will check. If this is false, then it will check this condition. If this is also false, it will check this condition. If the if this is also false, then it will go to the else block and then see else is without a condition. Else means else. I mean, it doesn't have any condition. But if anything followed by if will have a condition. If or else if will always have a condition. But whereas for else, there is no condition. If none of it is true, then obviously it will come to the else block. Clear?